Okay, I think that started the stream. We're about an hour away from our first Nintendo Direct and our first general Nintendo Direct in a very, very long time. Give me a second to share the link a few places. And then we can go from there. But I'm super excited for this one. We have not gotten a general Nintendo Direct in a long time. This is like the June Nintendo Direct. This is like, what used to be E3. So this could be a big one. We have not seen a general Nintendo Direct in, I think it's been like 9 months. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, 10 months? 9 months? I don't know. Hey, what's up, everybody? Just give me a second to share the link a few places, and then we will go from there. And I'll pay attention to the chat in a second. I feel like everyone is hyping this Direct up so much. Well, it's because we haven't got one in like since September. It's been forever. It just feels like this needs to be a big one because we haven't had one of these in forever. So like I said, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to share the link a couple places. I'm using my phone to do so. And then I will pay attention to the chat and we can talk about what we might get here and everything going on and blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Link has been shared. But yeah, super excited for this one. Just because it's been so long. Feels like it should be a good one. Feels like there should be cool stuff in here. It's the Switch 2 has been out for a year, so it just feels like there's a lot. Any hopes for drops on NSO game catalog? So actually, that's a good thing to start talking about. I know people are going to ask me like, do I think Smash is going to be here? Because that's obviously whatever Smash. And I did slim possibility. It's possible. Not really expecting it, but it's possible. But one thing I do think is really interesting, and we should kind of be paying attention to, is there was that leak from Nintendo themselves that had like a blurry background. It was for the NSO, or it's called Nintendo Classics, where they showed a bunch of N64 games in this blurry background, and they had Donkey Kong 64, which we just got added to NSO or Nintendo Classics. Now I can't call it not NSO because I'm just used to that. Was it Rayman 2 and Forsaken, which is like, Forsaken is not an N64 game someone would just randomly we'd get, or whatever. So that blurry background that Nintendo put out there really seems like it has games that probably are getting added to the Nintendo Classics. And the other two games that people deciphered from that blurry background were Glover and Smash 64. So if Smash 64 is in the pipeline of N64 games to get added to that, as 3 out of the 5 we saw we've gotten, so the other one is Glover, it makes me think that, like, okay, so Smash 64 is probably coming to Nintendo Classics at some point. If Smash 64 is coming to Nintendo Classics at some point, then, maybe they'll reveal it in a Direct. If they reveal Smash 64 in a Direct, it's the sort of thing where maybe Sakurai could reveal that. Maybe they could tease it further Smash stuff when that happens. Just seems like that would be good, like, timing for everything. Obviously, just speculation. But yeah, so we could get something Smash here. I feel like it's also totally possible we don't get that Smash 64 game here, but maybe in a September Direct, and maybe September is the time where they tease Smash, or potentially early next year. But I do feel like we're in the year or so realm where, like, yeah, it probably feels like we could get Smash teased. Not sure if it's going to happen here. It's then obviously the other big thing that like has been like leaked or whatever is Nate the Hate. There's quite a few games that are out there that are kind of quote unquote leaked. But the big one is a potential Ocarina of Time remaster. I got this is the Ocarina of Time shirt that I got for pre-ordering it back in like '98. So yeah, I'm wearing that today. Anyway, so that game seems like it's going to be the big one here, and I think Nate the Hate was saying that it could be like it could be the thing that opens the show or the thing that closes the show. And I feel like if we had Smash shown off here, like, or even just teased like that Splatoon tease for Smash Ultimate, I feel like that would like take so much hype away from everything else. So I'm kind of not expecting Smash here, but maybe the September Direct. And I do think that thing with Smash 64. Could be that happens and leads into Smash or something like that. There's also some sort of thing I saw people talking about. Yeah, someone say, can we discuss the NSO data mine Luigi Blood did? I think this is what they're referring to here in chat. There was like potentially like challenges or awards or whatever. So like it'd be like the NES remix game. But like you just play the game and there's like achievements basically, things that you can try to do, like, oh, play Zelda 1 without the sword or something like that. Like maybe that would be an achievement and it'd be like, oh cool, you did it. So yeah, that would be really cool to get. And if we did get NSO achievements, that could also be a time to do potentially Smash 64. I don't know if the achievements I'm trying to remember what the person wrote about it, if it was for all the systems or if it was just for the earlier ones and not the 64. But anyway, that blurry background thing, I think it was for like a CRT filter that they were showing off. We have Glover and we have Smash 64 still waiting. And it feels a little weird to me that 64 is just like sitting there waiting, and obviously, we're all waiting for potentially the next Smash. It's been like 8 years, all that stuff. So, yeah. But there's a few other games that are potentially here. Most of them coming. It was like Nate the Hate was like talking about the Ocarina of Time remaster. I think some other people. I mean, people have been talking about an Ocarina of Time remaster for a while, but Nate the Hate's kind of been saying, "Oh, that might actually happen." But then there was Malo9 something posted a YouTube comment, and this was before Nate was talking about like the Star Fox remaster and Ocarina of Time remaster, stuff like that, and they said some other stuff. It was like a day before I think Nate started talking about that stuff. They posted and they talked about, I think, Wario Land and a Super Metroid remaster. I think some Nintendo Sports or something like that. So those are all pretty interesting potential things we could see here too. I don't know how much I believe that was just like a YouTube comment that even when you read it doesn't even sound like they're like leaking necessarily. It almost sounds like a prediction post. But the fact that they had the Star Fox game on there and I think Ocarina of Time. No, again, a lot of people were talking about potentially getting an Ocarina of Time remaster for a long time. It's been like years of that. So some said, do I believe in Wario Land? Maybe it's possible. I like I said, I don't know what's here, and I'm not sharing what I've heard anymore about things. So my opinion on stuff is just random. What do I say? It's just my speculation, my opinion on stuff. Wario Land, possible. Going off of that post that someone made, possible. They're talking about it. Same with the Super Metroid remaster. It's possible. Would be cool. And even the Ocarina of Time remaster. I'm believing it because Nate's saying it, and Nate, got the Star Fox thing right, and he's gotten so many things right. But who knows? Didn't they say the Ocarina of Time would be a remake, not a remaster? Yeah, I never know what the difference is between remake and remaster. If I'm using the wrong terminology, forgive me. I believe this is going to be, I think what they're saying is that it's not just going to be like the 3DS one, which is just like upscale graphics. That this would actually be, totally reworked, more like the Final Fantasy VII stuff. Whatever, if that's remake or remaster, I'm not sure which one is which terminology. Rather get Twilight Princess than Ocarina of Time. That's another possibility too. We've been waiting for like Twilight Princess HD. We got Wind Waker on NSO, but they had Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD. Those are some of the few Wii U games we haven't gotten. Totally possible. Someone said, do people still send you info even though you don't post anymore? I still hear things. I'm still well connected. But Like I said, I am not going to share anything I hear anymore. I don't want to be a leaker guy, so I'm done with that. But I'm happy to speculate. I'm happy to talk about what's out there, like what Nate's talking about, or if anybody else posts stuff like that, YouTube posts, anything like that. I'm happy to talk about it. But whatever I've heard, I keep to myself. If I've heard something that matches with these things, I'm not gonna let you know. That's just what it is. Mario Kart DLC would be awesome. Yes, it's been a year. Mario Kart DLC feels like it needs it. I liked Mario Kart World, but it just it fizzled out on me. I'll say this: last weekend, I played Mario Kart with some friends. I had some friends over, and we played Mario Kart. And we played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I just popped in 8 Deluxe. That was the one I wanted to play. That was one the easy. It was easier just to get it going. There were more tracks, more variety. That's the one we played. And I like the trick system in World. It's graphically it's nice and everything, but yeah, I don't know. It's not as big on it. See news from Kingdom Hearts 4. That's true. Yeah, there's also like third party stuff that can be here. I'm talking about mostly first party stuff, but yeah. Give Cody our love. Yeah, okay, yeah. My brother Cody. Some people I saw somebody up further on in the chat said something about how's Cody doing. He's good. I saw him last night. We were hanging out. So yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. The only thing that I feel like is probably definitely in here is just the Ocarina of Time remaster because Nate's saying it and they were right about everything. Anything else in here? We'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, it could, like, I'm even thinking potentially Smash could be here. This is a June Nintendo Direct. Those are the ones that, like, not just Smash, but like 3D Mario or something. Like, the June Directs are the ones that traditionally were the E3 Directs. They were the ones that, like, Tears of the Kingdom got teased and stuff like that. Sometimes it's years out before you actually get the game, but they tease it just because it's like hype time. And also, Nintendo's about to raise the price of the Switch too. So potentially, they may want to be like, maybe there's games that they weren't going to show off, and they're going to be like, let's just show them off or tease them because, we're about to raise the price and we want people to know, like, hey, get a Switch 2. It has a future. It has the games you want are coming. Also possible they don't do that and they just do, this said it was going to mostly focus on games in the later half of 2026. And I don't expect to get Smash this year or anything like that. But sometimes they tease a few things or something, I think more likely Smash, 3D Mario, like those sort of gigantically hype things, maybe more likely in a September Direct or even next year. Just because I feel like those things are a little further out. Nintendo likes to announce things with not a ton of time to have the hype like dwindle down between when they announce it and when it releases. At the same time, though, like I said, this is kind of the E3 equivalent Direct, and those have occasionally had things like Tears of the Kingdom where they get teased, and we actually wait a few years before we get the game. And it's just about hype. It's just about assuring people where Nintendo's headed and that there's great stuff in the far future. So who knows what we'll get here. Very exciting. Did we get any Switch 2 editions of any games? Oh, so that was something else. I don't remember if this was from Nate the Hate. I feel like it was, or if it was from that Malo YouTube post. But one of them was talking about Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition. I love Pikmin. My brother's a gigantic Pikmin fan. And the like photo DLC thing that they did for Pikmin 4 was okay. Like it had you could change the controls. It wasn't perfect. It was okay, but like a real DLC for Pikmin 4, that would be super hype to me. So I would be very, very excited if that one turned out to be real. Obviously, completely possible other games get Switch 2 editions. Personally, if Smash came back, I'd prefer Ultimate Switch 2 edition over a new game. I'm in that boat, but I think everybody knows I'm a roster guy. I like the characters and all that stuff. So I'd rather just take Ultimate and just keep adding on to it. Whether or not that's the route they go forward with, who knows? But that's what I would want out of that. But yeah, Pikmin 4, that was, I think, part of those potentially leaked games. I don't remember if it was from Nate or if it was from that random YouTube post. But Pikmin 4 getting a Switch 2 edition would be awesome. I'd be very, very excited about that. And I'll also say, just games that I'm really excited for, Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. I know it's got the Geno moniker and Super Mario RPG and stuff like that. I love Mario RPG. It's not my favorite game. It's probably in my top five, at least top 10. But my favorite game of all time is Ocarina of Time. That was the like that game, perfect game. I know it wins all these awards and is like it's the greatest game of all time, and some people challenge that or whatever. But I'm in the boat that it's the greatest game of all time. It's my favorite game of all time. So I'd love to see what they do with a remaster, or remake, whatever. I would love to see that. I would love to see stuff added to that game. I'd love to see that they could expand it. Like what it would be. Would it just be the same game, really, really upscaled with everything going on, or would they add things to it that maybe they wanted to do the first time? Would they make it even better? I'd be a little fearful too at the same time. Like I said, it's like my favorite game of all time. It's such a classic. I wouldn't want it to get tarnished or whatever. But I trust Nintendo with, if they're gonna remake their gem. They know it's a gem. That they would do a good job with it. Any chance of info on the Zelda movie? Yeah, that could happen. Definitely. It is the 40th anniversary of Zelda this year. So getting like Ocarina of Time remaster, if that's true, and Zelda movie info, stuff like that. I could see both happening, being a big Zelda section to this direct. Which again has me somewhat thinking that that's probably going to be the focus. I mean, I think there'll be other stuff, but I think if there's a big thing, it's going to be, Zelda. So potentially Zelda movie stuff. Ocarina of Time remaster, if that one's true, and that'll be like the big showstopper thing. Will be a Zelda focus, and I don't think like, I mean, it's probably possible Smash could be here, but like if that happened, I feel like it would take too much away from probably what they want to focus on, which is probably Zelda. I think there'll be other things, but I think Zelda's probably gonna be like the big thing. Someone said I like my haircut. Oh, thank you. I got a cut like only a week ago, so it's like I feel like a week out is like the perfect time for a haircut. When you first get a haircut, it's a little weird, and then like once you've sat with it for like a week, it grows out a little bit and it's perfect, and then it slowly starts to get like, I need to go get another haircut. But yeah, I got it really, really short, which is funny. I mean, when I started this channel, I had hair. It was like down here. It was like long. I don't want them to go realistic like Star Fox for Zelda. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be Nintendo hire this man graphics or what. Someone on my Discord was talking about, what was it? They were talking about, like, could the Ocarina of Time thing be Zelda Legos? Because we've had the Deku Tree Lego, and we just got which came in both Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time form, and then we got the final battle from Ocarina of Time in Zelda form, and that would be interesting. I don't expect that, but that they've made a lot of they made a lot of Lego games. Would be kind of cool. It would be very, very different. Not what I'm expecting, but it would be cool. But that's the weirdest style I've heard someone suggest, and most interesting thing. If it's just like realistic, that would be cool. If it's just, I mean, personally, I like the art style of Ocarina of Time, so I would just want that, just done in modern graphics. That would be, my hope for it. I wanted to Punch Out so bad. Both the Mario movies kept teasing. Yeah. Little Mac was in both the Mario movies. Someone, who was it? They posted on X or Twitter or whatever. They posted they were watching The Ninth Gate, if you know that movie with Johnny Depp, and they were playing Punch Out, and they said training for the direct or something like that. So Ninth Gate, they were guessing the ninth. This was before we got it confirmed on the ninth. And they were playing Punch Out. And I don't know if they were just they just happened to put Punch Out there because they were training for the direct or whatever, or if they were hinting that hey, something Punch Out's happening here. I love Punch Out, gigantic Punch Out fan. Before I had the PapaGenos name on Smashboards, I was on a smaller Smash site. I think it was called Brawl Central. And my username there was Little Mac. And I tried to, when I moved over to Smashboards, the username I tried to put in was Little Mac, but it was already taken. So I came up with PapaGenos. Because my most wanted characters for Smash back in the Brawl days were, in no particular order, Little Mac, Geno, and Banjo. Those are the three characters I've wanted the whole time. I got 2 out of 3 so far. So yeah, I'm a huge Punch Out fan. I would love to get something Punch Out, even if it was just Punch Out. We ported over. I would be ecstatic at something Punch Out. Watch TV 94, $4.99 donation. Thank you so much. They said, I used to watch you all the time for Smash updates before Ultimate came out. Good to see you live, 100%. Thank you. Yeah, so speaking of that, if Smash were to come back, that's when, I'd probably start posting videos again. At this point, I'm on a little bit of a not retirement because I plan to come out of it. Hiatus, I guess. That just feels like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to share any leaked info that I hear anymore. So my speculation, I know people like listening to that stuff. So my speculation for things like this, I could have made a speculation video on this, but it would be the same speculation video you're getting from other channels. I wouldn't be adding anything to it besides my own, opinion or whatever on those things. But I also feel like since I've been on a hiatus for a while, when Smash does return, I'd rather have a triumphant return alongside it and then be like, okay, now I'm going to start posting videos again. We'll speculate together once Smash returns. Again, nothing that I personally hear, but just speculating in general stuff for Smash when it comes back, which was 95% of the videos I put out anyway. So, yeah, if Smash returns, I'll start making videos again. People ask me that all the time. I don't really expect Smash to return here again, and maybe it could. The only thing really pointing towards that, I feel like, is that NSO blurry background thing that Nintendo accidentally leaked that has shown a lot of the NSO games that we've gotten released, and one of them that's still waiting is Smash 64. So potentially if that got announced and maybe had like online players or something, I could see Sakurai coming out to announce that, and maybe he'd also tease the further Smash game or something. Maybe it'd all happen at once, but I don't really expect that here. Maybe in September, maybe next year, I don't know. So yeah. Yeah, if Lego and Nintendo do stuff, I'd probably rather just get like actual more Legos made. But yeah, I heard someone suggest that Lego Ocarina of Time as the Ocarina of Time remake. That's the rumor that's floating around. Not that the rumor is that it's Lego, but the rumor that there's an Ocarina of Time remake, remaster floating around. It would just be interesting if it was Lego, because we have gotten a bit of Ocarina of Time specifically. Lego stuff. Two things, the Deku Tree and the final battle with Ganon. So yeah. Waiting for Earthworm Jim 3D on NSO N64. I never played that one. My brother played through Earthworm Jim 2 recently, and he's played through 1, and I've played through them back in the day. Earthworm Jim is interesting to me because I love obviously character speculation in Smash, and I loved Smash 64 and the whole idea of like, oh, it's like a big crossover of different video game characters and stuff like that was, mind blowing to me as a kid and stuff. But I will say that actually my like initial, when I say introduction to crossover fighting game, like, oh, that's so cool that these characters in it, was actually Clay Fighter 63 and a third having Earthworm Jim and Boogerman, two video games I had played, and then played Clay Fighter, and then been like, oh my god, they're putting characters from other video games into this fighting game. That's so cool. So that was really like the start of all of that. So that there's that. That's when I think of Earthworm Jim, I do always kind of think like that sort of started my character speculation, roster speculation stuff. And this Clay Fighter sort of started the crossover video game, fighting game thing, not Smash necessarily. Someone said Mario Titans is fake. Leak was made with AI. Yeah, most likely. If not, it's like the most leaked game ever. Like if we got Mario Titans here, it'd be like, wow, that one's been leaking a lot. But yeah, it seems extremely AI for a variety of reasons. So their most wanted character for Smash is Cuphead. I love Cuphead. I was really happy that we got some Cuphead stuff announced for the future, which is cool. My Cuphead game, I have the overworld black and white, which means you have to do the run and gun levels without shooting or without like killing anything or something. It was extremely difficult to beat all of those like that, but I have that achievement. I don't have every achievement in the game, but I did that one, which was really hard. I've beaten the devil. I beat all the DLC. Yeah, Cuphead's ridiculously hard, and I really like Cuphead, so I would love to get Cuphead in Smash. I'd hope he would be animated like Mr. Game & Watch, like a flat character. So yes, I'm excited for Mighty Cuphead Adventure, and I think they sort of teased that there'd probably also just be like a Cuphead 2, right? Like I don't think they said that necessarily, but they kind of teased there's like further Cuphead stuff out there. I talk about the Mario Galaxy movie. Yeah, you can post spoilers. I feel like it's been out long enough, but yeah, I like the Mario Galaxy movie. It was good. I think I mentioned it briefly when we talked about Punch Out here. Just that Little Mac has a cameo in it, just like the first movie. Well, Little Mac's cameo in the first movie is like he's like a picture on the wall. There's a bunch of Punch Out picture stuff. The second movie actually Doc and Little Mac are actually run in the foreground really fast. Out of curiosity, what's my day job? I work for a small local company. I shouldn't say small, but it's I don't want to say too much about it. I don't want to. I don't know. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to say about where I live and where I work at and stuff like that. But I work for this company. It's in my town. I don't know what to say. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing on NSO, feel like that one's just waiting. I mean, we just got Donkey Kong 64, so the rare N64 games. I feel like they're just spacing out the good N64 games, for lack of a better word, and a lot of the rare ones are good games, and so Diddy Kong Racing is just waiting, I guess. Would be cool if Diddy Kong Racing like came alongside like a new Banjo game or something. I know there was like a poll recently that said Banjo-Kazooie is the #1 most wanted like Xbox IP to get a new game. Like, duh. So, yeah, I don't know if Microsoft will ever actually bank on that, but it would be cool if that coincided because Diddy Kong Racing was his first game. But yeah, I don't know. That seems I'm probably just grasping at straws there. Soul Calibur 7 with Link again returning as guest character. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. Do I think the first 1 year in first party on Switch 1 after Rhythm Heaven is kaput? Over, finished? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember what they said on the post for this direct, if they said Switch 1 and Switch 2 titles, or if it's just Switch 2 titles. But yeah, it seems like they'll probably start to transition into just Switch 2 stuff, whether this direct has a few Switch 1 games or not. We're probably at that point. We're a year into this system. We're probably into the point where the new stuff is not going to be coming out for Switch 1 anymore, I don't think. AI Smash speculation. Yeah, that's going to be rough. That's going to be tough. AI... It's just, the tough thing is going to be that image leaks are going to just be the most untrustworthy leaks. It's only going to matter if, like, an image leak happens and then later on, like, say it has an item or a stage in it, and then later on something official confirms that item or that stage or something like that. Or if it has, like, more than one character in an image leak, and then the character gets revealed and it matches or whatever. But otherwise, it's just the AI is too good. We're just going to have to kind of ignore all the image leaks. Or I'm just going to have to do, like, a image leak roundup if I do speculation. Just be like, here's a bunch of them. They're probably all fake, but maybe one of them's real. I'll just show them all to you, and we'll just leave them in our back pocket and keep going forward and, you know, see if any of them turn out to be real, just so they're all, like, documented and we've looked at all of them. But at the same time, as someone who covers that stuff, I wouldn't want to make videos on every potential image leak with AI. It's going to be too much, and it's going to be, you know, most likely, it's possible all of them are going to be fake. Like, sometimes we don't get a real image leak, so that's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough one. The Smash speculation is definitely going to lean heavier on, which I think it always has when you're doing smart speculation, it's always leaned heavier on things with credibility. Either people have credibility or reasons to believe something, you know, all the extra stuff, and not just if it has a good image. So, yeah. How happy would I be with a Zelda remake? And what remake would I prefer? Well, I'm wearing my Ocarina of Time shirt. I've heard the Nate the Hate stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'd be very happy with an Ocarina of Time remaster, remake, whatever. It's my favorite game of all time is Ocarina of Time, so I'd be happy. Yeah. Mario Maker 3, that would be cool. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I think... Is it the team that makes Mario Maker also makes Pikmin, and we have somebody saying potentially Pikmin 4 Switch 2 editions. I don't know if that would be the same team, and I don't know how intensive the Switch 2 editions of games are. If a team can be working on a new game and then also like side working on just a Switch 2 edition thing. Probably matters how much is added to the games and stuff like that. But yeah, Mario Maker 3 would be cool though. I love Mario Maker. I definitely felt like, it's funny, everybody gave like Mario Wonder a lot of praise, and I get that. It was good. And it was how we probably should have been getting 2D Mario games for a long time with a lot of fresh new ideas and stuff like that. You know, get out of the new Super Mario Brothers funk that we were in for a long time. Ooh, what's going on? Ooh, we're a half hour away, so things have changed a little bit here. Let me know if the sound's all right. So Mario Wonder was cool. I liked it and everything like that. But I honestly thought the Mario Maker games were the cooler, like, I don't know, modern 2D Mario thing. I was like, that's something I've wanted since I was a kid. I think they did a really good job with both of them. I just thought it was awesome. Like, to me, that's like the final step of 2D Mario, is like, just let us make it ourselves. I know it has some issues here and there, particularly playing people's online levels, and, you know, Nintendo is better at making levels than random people are. Wonder did things that you wouldn't be able to put in a Mario Maker game, so it made it, you know, worthwhile to play. But yeah, I think I like Mario Maker over Wonder, but I hear more praise for Wonder. Sounds good, floating colors. Yeah, let me know if the sound is decent with my voice and the background and everything like that. Do crossover Mario Kart World maps. Yeah, I feel like if they do more stages for Mario Kart World, they'd maybe just make another island or something. It's all like on one big island, so I don't know how you do that besides just, you know, expanding the map. So it could be higher. My voice or the background level. The background noises. This is very, very quiet. Just from what I'm hearing, I think it's just naturally low. I could turn it up slightly here. Let's try that. I haven't been paying much attention to Nintendo info the last couple months, so it feels good going to a direct completely blind. That's awesome, yeah. I've been talking about, I'll give you a fair warning, I've been talking about stuff that's potentially leaked, stuff people have been talking about out there. So if you don't want that, I'm going to continue to talk about that. We got about a half hour left, so you can feel free to jump off the stream or whatever. I don't take any offense to that. I have no idea what's in this track. I have absolutely no idea, and if I did, I wouldn't say anything anyway. So the only stuff I'm talking about is stuff that's out there on the internet, mostly what Nate the Hate's been saying. There was like one other YouTube post, Malo, with some numbers or something. Wrote some stuff right before Nate did that had a lot of the similar stuff. So I've been talking about that stuff. If you don't want to hear it, feel free not to watch this. Someone has Super Smash Brothers. So I said this earlier, but I'll repeat it. I don't expect Smash to be here, but there is that leak we had from Nintendo themselves where it was about a CRT filter for the NSO games, and it had N64 games in the background. One of them was Smash 64. We've gotten most of the other ones already, so it just seems highly possible that Smash 64 is waiting in the pipeline to show up on NSO, and if that happened in a Direct, maybe Sakurai would announce that. Maybe it would also be around the time he decides to tease the next Smash game, do it all at once. Besides that, no idea if Smash will be here. I'm hoping for a simultaneous Smash 64 and Smash Melee NSO release. That would be cool. I mean, just doing either Smash game with online would be awesome. Would be really, really cool. I know people definitely want like Melee online, but Smash 64 online, I'd be happy with that too. But that would be also if they did do like Smash 64 and Melee. That'd be a great time to also be like, and Sakurai's working on this, you know, whatever. Like have that all announced at the same time. Again, I'm not really expecting it here, just because the big thing that Nate's been talking about and just is probably the leaked game here, and probably the big game here is the Ocarina of Time thing. So if it's Zelda's 40th anniversary, maybe they'll talk about the movie. If it's Zelda focused, I just feel like Smash would take away from that. So maybe in September, maybe early next year. That's more what I would guess. We could potentially hear something Smash, but it's always possible. It's always possible, especially because this is the June Direct. This is the one that used to be the E3 Direct, and sometimes they tease stuff well in advance in our June Directs because I don't know, they're always like the biggest ones generally. Just hoping for a hype Direct, Smash, no Smash. Yeah, same here. Like and the games that have been talked about, like if all the stuff that's quote unquote leaked was here, Star Fox, Metroid remaster, Ocarina of Time remaster. I think Wario Land was one of them. Pikmin 4, Switch 2 edition. Like that right there. If that ends up being the direct, like I'm happy. I'm very happy. I just joined the stream, was treated with 3 unskippable ads. Oh, geez. I think I put the ads on manual, which means I thought I put them in, but maybe not when you click on the video to begin with. And I think manual means that you won't get an ad while you're watching it. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I'm not a YouTube. Despite being on YouTube for like 8 years, I'm not an expert. I don't know how it all works. I just click the things and hope that I did it right. Smash 64 League also having Glover in the background has me wondering if we'll see 40 Winks on NSO. Yeah, that's possible. Glover got a Switch release, I think, which was kind of weird if it's coming to NSO, but I mean, stuff like that's happened before. Yeah, but I think it's Glover and Smash 64 are the last 2 of those N64 games that we need to get. But that background had Donkey Kong 64, Rayman 2, and Forsaken 64, which I could say, oh, Donkey Kong 64 is maybe just coincidental. Even Rayman may be coincidental, and they just put random N64 games background. But Forsaken 64 is like, it's not an N64 game that's commonly used, that you would just commonly use in the background or randomly use in the background. And then we actually get it. Like, yeah, I feel like those games are coming. So Smash 64 is in the pipeline. Glover even released on PS5. Yeah, Glover's a weird game. I want to like Glover more than I like Glover. I think like the character is cool, like little hand guys, like really cool. But man, the game is like they came up with like rolling ball physics in the early 3D, N64 days. They basically made a game around that, and then also made it like a mascot platformer because those were popular at the time. Trying to bank off of like Mario 64, success, and it just doesn't really work that well. They should have made some game that was more focused on their rolling ball physics and not try to make it a platformer game. But whatever, it has a place in my heart for what it's worth. We haven't had a 50-minute direct in 2021. Yeah, that's the other thing. This is a long direct, and there's a long treehouse afterwards. I'm curious if the long treehouse is maybe what did somebody say? Was it Luigi something? Did some data mine or something like that of NSO potentially getting like achievements, challenges for the games for NSO. So I'm wondering if the Long Treehouse is just doing a lot of that, because that's something I can see like really digging into, and I can see Nintendo being like really into digging into like we added achievements and like get way into it. But it's also possible there's there could be a game or two that's like needs to get highlighted big time with the Long Treehouse, and a 50-minute direct in general is just it's decently long. These are the type of directs that do have like the Tears of the Kingdom tease, where we got something teased that isn't happening for a couple years, but it's like a big game. So maybe we could get something like a Smash tease here or something. Who knows? It's exciting stuff. Oh, was Luigi's Mansion 4 also talked about by someone out there? I've seen a lot of people mentioning that, but I don't remember if it was like a teased, rumored thing, or if it's just people were talking about it. I know I have a couple people in my Discord who are just big Luigi's Mansion fans, so they might have just been talking about it, and that was why. I thought it had something to backing it for whatever reason. Hello from Nova Scotia. Hello, how you doing? Is that where does Trailer Park Boys take place? Is it Nova Scotia? Something like that. I like that show. It's funny. If we do get a new Smash, any characters I hope get in? Well, obviously, Geno. We got the Super Mario RPG remake. Very happy about that. Very, I'd say almost satisfied with that, too. I still really want to get Geno in Smash. I think that's always just been this goal, and it's been a goal for so long, it's become a goal of its own. But the initial reason to get Geno in Smash was, like, he's this lost, forgotten Mario character that a lot of people really like. It would be cool to have him get some attention, come back in some way. I also think he's a Mario character from a Mario RPG game, but like he's like this doll that has all this abilities and like built-in guns and stuff. It was like it'd be cool to actually move around as him in a game we can actually move around as him, and not just RPG. Choose your attack game. So I've wanted him in Smash for a long time. So obviously he's my number one want for Smash. But a big part of it also was just to, like, you know, get him acknowledged again, see an updated version of him, all that stuff. So the Mario RPG remake, you know, scratched a lot of the Geno itch for me. But I would still obviously like to see him in Smash. Other than him, I mean, I could probably list out 20 to 30 characters I'd love to see. One character I feel pretty confident in for whatever reason. I feel like maybe just because they were like the last Mii costume we got. I think it's Sakurai's YouTube channel he talked about. When he was talking about like modeling characters, he was talking about Doom Guy. Doom Guy had a Mii costume and stuff. Bethesda got Mii's in Smash Ultimate. And it just felt like one of those things where it was like, I don't know this for sure, but it just felt this way to me that, like, maybe Bethesda and Sakurai talked, but they talked a little too late to get it. Like Sora got locked in, the characters are done, that's it. And then Sakurai and Bethesda talked, and they got, like, some Mii's worked out. And just the way Sakurai talked about Doom, he seemed to have reverence for it's the granddaddy of first-person shooters and stuff. So I just really feel like next Smash will get Doom Guy. That's one character I'm pretty confident in, for whatever reason. Totally possible we don't get it because there are characters I felt confident in for Smash Ultimate that we didn't get. So, you know, who knows? Deltarune Chapter 5. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about that. Those often get shown off in Nintendo Directs. Dreamcast NSO. Oh, man. That would be awesome. I haven't really thought about that. But I was a big Dreamcast fan. I loved Dreamcast. I loved Power Stone. I loved Phantasy Star Online. Like I was big on the Dreamcast. That would be really cool to get. Obviously, Sega's been totally cool playing ball with Nintendo. We have the Genesis NSO and stuff. So, yeah. So I'd rather get Master Chief than Doom Guy. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. They feel like rivals to each other just because they're such similar characters. And despite the fact that like we can get a million anime-looking, you know, medieval swordsmen with spiky colored hair, somehow I do feel like it's like tougher for Japan to swallow like 2 Space Marines. Like they can have like 20, you know, like anime looking sword fighter guys. But if we got more than 1 Space Marine, it would be like, we don't even have Samus. Why do we need this? Like, even though I think Halo and Doom are both, you know, totally worthy of Smash and should be able to get both in Smash and not feel like it's redundant or whatever. But I don't know. Japan just strikes me as that they wouldn't go for that. So cool, Spyro's back. Yeah, we got Spyro back. We got Rayman Legends getting a remake. So there's a lot of cool stuff. That's okay. So those are 3 characters also for Smash. Spyro, Crash, Rayman. They've always felt like the next level of. And I think Banjo was there too in that, but Banjo felt a little more Nintendo than them. And just because of Banjo's history with Nintendo and everything. But that's like the next tier of like, I know people call them Scrimblow or whatever, but like the platform characters in our platform fighting game, which I don't think is like, I don't know, some people are like, you know, that the platform mascot era is gone and why should it doesn't need to be as fast as all these other characters to be as fast, but it's like, I don't know, I've been around since Smash 64 and like those are the type of characters that when I think of Smash, those are the type of characters I think of, and they're not the type of characters that get in other fighting games. This is where you get those type of characters in a fighting game, so I would love to get Crash, Spyro, Rayman, all 3, or even just one of them. You know, they definitely feel like characters overdue, though I kind of understand why they're not here yet, but yeah. Big Western platformers, yeah, they're the Western like platform characters. I would hope we'd get at least one of them. I know Rayman's had like a trophy and Spirit and stuff in Smash. Ubisoft, Nintendo with the Mario Rabbids game stuff, they're very, very close. I feel like he probably has the best shot. But Crash and Spyro are like, I mean, they have Crash, Mario, Sonic, like all battling it out is like, again, that's kind of like when you play Smash 64 and you're like, I wish Sonic was here. I wish Crash Bandicoot was here. Like that was like the original vision of like what could Smash be someday. Is like that fight. Crash and Spyro always felt like the PlayStation mascot. So either one of those would be great. Fortnite and Smash would be the next Steve. Yeah, I don't know. Fortnite's weird. It's different. It's different than Minecraft. I like I like Minecraft quite a bit, and I don't know, just Minecraft does, even when people are like, oh, don't put Minecraft in Smash, blah, 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 it's gonna wreck it, you know, a younger crowd wanting it and an older crowd saying no. I was always open to Minecraft. I'm less open to Fortnite. Something about Fortnite, I just feel like it's, I don't know, it's a little more bland identity-wise. It's a little more about just, it's like a crossover itself. It's almost like if you had Master Hand show up in Fortnite to like have a Smash crossover. It's like if I have Jonesy show up in Smash, it's just like a crossover crossing over with a crossover. It's a little weird. I know Minecraft has a lot of stuff, but it still has like a core identity that's all its own. Someone asked if I am ever going to post videos again. I will. I'm waiting for Smash to return at this point. I feel like I've been on hiatus long enough that like I could have done a speculation video for this direct, but you know, it would have been the same stuff you're hearing from other speculation videos. I know some people like to hear my speculation or just like my channel. That's cool. Thank you so much for doing that. But I feel like at this point, I'd rather triumphantly return when Smash returns and have Smash speculation, and have it be a big deal of like, PapaGenos posted a video, it's back, Smash is back, no, speculation's back. You know, I'd rather have that moment at this point than just post random videos for random things. Even if I could do an okay video for like, you know, a general direct speculation or something. Those videos are already out there. So at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for Smash to return, and then I'll do videos again. Like I said many times, I'm not going to share any leaked information that I hear, anything anybody tells me. I'm just going to keep to myself. I'm happy to talk about stuff that's out there, though. So, like, I'm talking about what Nate the Hate's been talking about. Anything that's just already out there, posted on the internet, I'll talk about it. But you're not going to hear what I hear, and that's the same way it's going to be for Smash. I will say my Smash speculation videos were probably like 95% were that anyway. A very small percent was like, and I heard this, and I'm backing this because I've heard it from this person, stuff like that. So that side of things, I'm keeping stuff to myself. I don't want to be a leaker person. That was never what I was going for. I wanted to be a speculator and talk about the speculation, which involves leaks, but I never wanted to get that heavily into it all, and it just kind of slowly cascaded into that. And at this point, when I've gotten a few things very correct, I'm going to take myself out of that. And for Smash next time, I don't want to be the guy that like leaks a character or something. It feels, I feel like that would be a personal like slight to Sakurai. And while I like talking about it, and like even if what I talk about ends up being right, I'm not, you know, whatever. There's a million reasons I don't want to do that. So, but yes, I will be back when Smash speculation comes back. That's when I'll come back. So hopefully Smash comes back sometime here. What's my hope to see in the Ocarina of Time remake? I don't know. I would love to see things that maybe they wanted to do initially with Ocarina of Time. And add them in. I think there were like a couple other dungeons initially. I know the medallions, I think, were supposed to do like magic moves. Maybe they could put that back in. I think there was supposed to be like a dating thing, which is why there's like Saria, Malon, Zelda, Rudo. Like I think there was something with that. You were supposed to kind of pick, I think, a girl or something. Or some sort of dating simulated thing there. There's ideas. I think there was a couple other dungeons. I think there was like a light temple or something. So, you know, it would be cool if they redo it and they add all the stuff that they initially wanted to do. That would be awesome. Give us one fake leak right now, man. Mario Titans, probably fake.
Explore, create, and share your island paradise in the Animal Crossing
This isn't the direct, right?
I
think we still got like 10
Switch
minutes.
2 edition game. Use mouse controls to design and decorate intuitively. See your friends' reactions with camera play support. And up to 12 friends can play together.
Is this direct or is
online,
this just like a commercial?
on Slumber Island.
Is the direct just a commercial?
Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Available
Yeah,
now.
it's just a commercial. I guess they're just doing commercials before the direct. Volume is fine. That's good. It's good to have commercials though, then we can get the volume right. Yeah, I think these are just ads. I believe these are just Nintendo ads. Ooh, we got the DK rap. I love the everybody's into Smash remix. I love the Lanky Kong Smash remix reveal. Because they did that joke. I don't know who the person is who made the video, but there's this whole joke of Like Lanky Kong didn't like sign off on like the lyrics of the TK rap because it basically just makes fun of him. There's a hilarious video of that, and then the remix reveal for Lanky Kong had that same meme video or whatever. It's hilarious. I was very happy with that. That's probably my favorite Smash character reveal, maybe of all time. And it wasn't even an official one. Which DK64 character would I want to see in Smash? That's tough, because, like, I personally want, like, Dixie Kong or Cranky, but,
we've got a job to do, Star Fox.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess probably Lanky Kong. I think he has probably the coolest moveset potential.
So
he's very memorable.
Cause some mayhem. That's my kind of plan.
It's the deadliest stretch of space
I'll be
in the
right
system,
back,
Fox.
guys. I'm gonna do something real quick. I see a spider, and I want to put it outside.
This is it, Star Fox. Let's show them how it's done.
Star Fox, available June 25th.
Listen to Nintendo game music anytime, anywhere. Nintendo Music. Let's go over some updates to the service. Nintendo Music can now be accessed on web browsers, so you can listen on your computer. A larger screen helps make it easier to identify game titles and playlists you're interested in.
Okay, I got it in a cup. Threw the cup outside. A little paper cup. I'll pick it up after the direct, so I'm not a litterer. But yeah, there was a spider on my wall. I'm not a spider guy.
That means you can browse music on a larger screen than you'd find on a smartphone.
Was Chunky Kong in the Mario movie, the first Mario movie? I feel like he was like one of the random ones that was for some reason. I kind of like this ad thing, by the way. I mean, it sort of shocked me because I was like, wait, is the direct just like randomly playing in the middle of it? But Spider-Man, yeah.
With Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
No, I do. I totally have an arachnophobia, and yeah. So.
Music can be selected from your vehicle's touchscreen. Voice control is also available. You can say, play a rainy day.
Yeah, it's cool. I like having some Nintendo ads
to
before
play
Nintendo
music
Direct.
that fits the scenery and
smart thing to
vibe
do, and it
of
helps
your
me get
drive.
the sound where I want it to be, which is nice. And also, like, just remind us of what Nintendo stuff's out there. It's a
From
good idea.
recent and upcoming releases.
It's better than, you know, the random
classics.
shapes.
More tracks will be added to Nintendo Music over time. With tunes to match your lifestyle. You can listen to
I haven't really
Nintendo
gotten
game
into Nintendo music. I see the
anytime,
posts every once in a
anywhere.
while of what music's added to it, but
Nintendo Music.
most Nintendo songs are on YouTube
Nintendo
or, you
Music
know, whatever.
is
They're out there in the
included
world.
with
You can listen to them
active
other
Nintendo
ways.
Switch Online membership.
What is my opinion on the Galaxy movie? I liked it. I think I liked the first one better, but I thought it was fine. I didn't dislike it or anything. I didn't expect much more than what we got from it. So
Here's
cool
what's
with it.
sprouting in the Flower Kingdom. A new
Well, that's a new Star Fox redesign. I kind of liked them from the start, to be honest. I was in the camp that, and I know they don't look exactly like the puppets that they used originally, but like, I've been a Star Fox fan for a long time. When Star Fox first came out for Super NES, the advertisements and stuff showed them off as like realistic animals. So one of the ways in my mind Star Fox has always looked has been this like kind of realistic look, and then there's been other art styles that I've liked those as well, but that has always been one of them. Kind of like if you know, Zelda looked like the Zelda 1 drawings in the manual. You know, if they made a Zelda game that looked like that, I'd be like, oh, this is really cool. Some people might not like it, but I'd be like, no, that was one of the ways I always pictured Zelda. So I was fine with the redesign. It was different. It was what I expected them to do with Star Fox, but it also wasn't like outside of the Star Fox realm of possibilities in my mind. But I feel like with other people who maybe got into the series later, either with Star Fox 64 or just later on, they maybe didn't like it as much because maybe they never saw Star Fox in that realistic way, or saw those old ads and thought they were just weird old ads and didn't. I don't know, maybe it just didn't resonate with them for whatever reason, but I like it. I was taking a shower, so I was afraid when I heard the ad. I was afraid too. All of a sudden there was like Animal Crossing, and it happened like it was just like in the middle of it. So I was just like, the direct, like, did we miss the beginning? We have like, well, we have 5 minutes now, but we had 10 minutes to go when that first happened, and I was kind of like, did they accidentally play it early, or are they playing like the bit from the middle? It was like weird. It's crazy Nintendo themselves only made 2 Star Fox games. Yeah, it's like a weird way that they keep remaking Star Fox 64. Did they make Star Fox 2 as well? Because that was on the Nintendo Super NES Classic Edition. I think it's on NSO now too. Yeah, it's definitely on NSO now too, right? But that was a game that like didn't get released for a long time. It was cool to finally get that. It was cool to get a Super NES, an official Nintendo Super NES game that many years later. And interesting that they were like finished with it, or at least close enough finished with it. To just have that sitting somewhere in Nintendo's office for like 30 years or something. The direct is a little louder than me. Should I turn it down a little bit then? How is that? Am I now a little louder than the direct? And is the direct still a good volume? Favorite Mario sports game? I think I like the Mario baseball games, like Super Sluggers, Star, Slugger, whatever it was. Say it's my favorite, I don't even know the name of it. I had a lot of fun back with like my high school friends with that on game too. We love that. Another thing I like about those games is they had like a giant roster, and obviously I'm like a roster person. But that was cool. It was cool to get like, this is like every Mario character. Well, a lot of generic stuff, but like it was like most of the Mario characters you'd actually want to see. To the point where I think the second one dipped into mostly like Donkey Kong stuff, which was a little weird. But yeah, I would love to get another Mario baseball game, if only because the precedent is set that like it's supposed to have a lot of characters, so Nintendo can't do their usual thing of like, this one has Charge and Chug, and the next one doesn't, but we gave you Spike, and the next one doesn't have Spike, but we gave you Piranha Plant. Like they do that with like all their sports games. It's like, we can't just give us a giant, like even the Mario Kart World, like could have just been. I mean, it has a lot of characters, especially because they have them all separated with costumes and stuff, and they have a lot of random enemies.
What's she spending her money
I don't know.
on?
I don't see for certain things, especially games like a Mario Baseball, Mario Kart, where the characters themselves don't need a million animations or whatever. I'm just surprised they don't just go all out with those rosters sometimes and just give us, you know, everything under the sun you can think of for Mario. But Mario Baseball feels like it has that like precedent set that like, yeah, you give a lot of characters to this one.
Sometimes you need to be with nature. Share quality time, goofing off with friends.
Also, rip Toadsworth.
Who is this guy?
The secondhand embarrassment is strong.
Have you seen that video that's been floating around?
Explore your creative side.
It's like an intense AAA Mario game, and
Wow.
Toadsworth is played by that woman that's like in like everything.
Okay, Picasso.
she's like a real actress, but she gets put in everything. That's like the ending is like she's Toadsworth. It's a funny video. It's like Mario walking around, he's talking the whole time, and like Peach is like his.
That's a good dog.
You know, like all these games have like you're like a army guy, and you have somebody back at base that's like talking in your earpiece, and like so many AAA games have that. It's like that. It's hilarious. Focus M, I guess that's what it's called. Yeah, Focus M. I saw a video. I don't know if I saw it last night or this morning, but I was laughing at it. It was really funny. Very, very funny. Anyway, Toadsworth should come back. He can be played by that woman. I'm cool with that. That's a Luigi's Mansion Snowpiercer. No idea what that is. Luigi's Mansion 4, I've heard people talking about it. I don't know if it's a rumor or if people were just talking a lot about it. But that's been out there on the internet the last few days. Again, it might just be people hopeful. I don't know. Nintendo Today. All right, we got like 1 minute left. This is it. This is it, guys. We got 30 seconds left. Those first 30 seconds whipped by. It was not a minute left. It was 30 seconds left. All right, here we go. Let's hope we get some cool stuff. Hopefully Nate's right about Ocarina of Time. Yeah, so let's find out. See what we get. Less than 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Less than 5 seconds. I'll try to shut up if anything cool happens. All right, let's see. What do Ooh, M. Oh, that was for everything. That was the rating for everything. I was like, I thought we were gonna go. It's a mature game to start off. No. Plenty of third-party stuff. Like we get some Resident Evil stuff here or something. So yeah, mature stuff. Cool. But that was the rating for the entire set. Oh man, it's been so long.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
Cool.
First, here's a game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Okay, so this is a Switch 1 game.
Take a look at this.
Hello.
All right, so is Rhythm Heaven starting us off?
My name is Lowell Miss Reeds, and I'm known for my reading aloud skills and more. Beep. I'm here today to help show you the Rhythm Heaven Groove game. Beep.
Rhythm Heaven's great. I always wanted Rhythm Heaven to get that, you know, Smash character, especially after Smash 4. We had that leak that had, I think, like every other character on that leak, the Gamatsu leak, I think it was, happened, but not a Rhythm Heaven character. Assumedly, it was hard to get a moveset working. But I would love to get a Rhythm Heaven character in Smash. Yeah, for everyone who hasn't played Rhythm Heaven, it's super fun. Like, it's a very fun game.
Simple. Just get into the groove and press the correct button. That's all there is to it. But it's not always the same rhythm.
I'm definitely a fan of rhythm
Listen
games.
carefully to
I've
the
always said
beat.
Punch-Out! Such a weird mixture. It's a sports game.
You'll be able to
It's like a
feel
boss
the
rush
rhythm.
game. It's a rhythm game to some
3,
extent.
4, now.
It's like there's so much to
2,
Punch-Out!
3,
Hard
now.
to nail down what it is. But
2,
part of it is
now.
that it's like a rhythm game. You gotta
2, 3, now.
get in the rhythm for certain things.
Over 80 all-new rhythm games are included.
Nice.
And as you play through the game, you can unlock different
The
modes.
tough thing with Rhythm Heaven,
For
as far as
example,
Smash goes, it is like what character.
The
Like I know the
kingdom's
Chorus
everlasting
Kids was the
peace
one that was
rests on your
like.
shoulders.
Everybody was talking about
Finally,
Sakurai wanting to
you
do, but
awake.
like it doesn't
Go
necessarily
forth,
have like a
magician.
main mascot.
I can't lose.
And use
Yeah,
the
Elite Beat
magical
Agents, yeah, that was a
power
cool
of
one, too.
rhythm to beat monsters.
Guitaruman!
Cast a
Hey,
fire
Freeman, what's
spell
up?
with
Yeah, I remember you loving Guitaruman. I remember watching you play
Be
Guitaruman. You got real good at that. You were really
and
good
a
at
healing
that.
spell with B down A. B down A. Like that.
Freeman is a friend of mine from
So
high
you
school.
really
He's in
want to
chat
fight,
right
huh?
now.
What spells will strike a chord against the foes you face? Groove on and tip the scales to victory.
Karate Joe. Karate Joe would make sense because
It's
he's a
time
fighter.
for the Who's Got Rhythm quiz show.
Plus, there are even more rhythm games in the lineup. Enjoy all of this while playing solo. And
Dan, Emily, Leo, Sarah. We're under attack. Beep.
up to 4 players can enjoy
right, cool.
dedicated
Multiplayer.
rhythm games. Note the timing and block the arrows.
Grab the snack at exactly 3 o'clock.
I like the pompadours. I like how everyone has
We're aiming for 3 o'clock on the
there's a
dot.
colored part of each of the characters that like lets you know which one's you.
Emily got the snack.
Like the ninjas had their robes, but I like the
There are
different
over
colored
30
pompadours.
cooperative and competitive games to play. Get into the groove solo or with friends when Rhythm Heaven Groove hits the Nintendo Switch system July 2nd.
Sweet.
Pre-orders are
Wondering if
available
that's
now
gonna be the
on
last
Nintendo eShop.
Nintendo Switch 1 game.
That was Rhythm
From,
Heaven
you know,
Groove
Nintendo
for
themselves,
Nintendo
anyway.
Switch. You'll also be able to play it on the Nintendo Switch.
Like, is it
2
going to be
system.
all Switch 2 from here on out?
Please wait just a little longer for its release. From here, we'll introduce games coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, so that's the
including
only
some
Switch
games
1.
that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I missed it.
Let's begin with some
Maybe there were
headlines.
more Switch 1 games. I don't know.
Master the way of the sword.
Let's see your best today.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword, a new entry in the Sword Play Action series, is slashing onto Nintendo Switch 2.
Cool. I'm a big samurai guy. I like
Edo
my
era
Onimusha.
Kyoto has been overrun by monsters known as Genma. Now, Miyamoto Musashi must prove himself
Ooh,
beyond
yeah,
measure. Parry. Deflect. And the powerful counterattack Isen. Master these techniques to strike down the enemies.
I've read
in
his
your
book
path.
of 5 rings, the actual Musashi
Oni
book or
armaments
whatever.
are also at your
Pretty cool.
disposal
Pretty
to
interesting
turn
book.
the tides of battle.
And also, if you read anything of his like life story and stuff,
You
there's some
can
really,
even
really
use
interesting
Joy-Con 2 motion
He's a
controls
cool guy.
to intuitively slay Genma. As fates intertwine, will you cut down those that stand in your way? Onimusha, Way of the Sword, launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 25th.
Oh god, Capcom, don't give me another
Pre-orders
amiibo.
begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Capcom tends to be going
Your
overboard with
unwritten
amiibos lately, I
epic
feel like.
begins. Dragon's Dogma 2, Dark Arisen is heading to Nintendo
Another
Switch
Capcom
2.
game.
You are the Arisen, a hero burdened with the fate of slaying the dragon who has taken your heart. In this expanded version of Dragon's Dogma 2, explore the new land.
Kind of weird
of
Capcom
Morgan.
made Miyamoto protagonist
Seek
of their
out
game and not
spoils,
Nintendo, yeah.
And appraise them to reveal new
I'm
weapons.
assuming
armor, or
Miyamoto is not
skills.
related to
With these
Musashi,
arms at the
but
ready,
I don't know.
Take down powerful monsters in this single-player action RPG adventure. From a fighter specializing in close-range combat to a mage skilled in spell casting. Choose
Like
the
people with last
vocation
name
that fits
Washington
your play
aren't
style.
necessarily related
Plus,
to George
you can
Washington.
lead up to 3 pawns. Custom
Closely related or
companions who
whatever,
act
but
on their own.
you know how last
When
names go.
taking on massive monsters, you can climb them to strike their weak points. Fighting alongside your pawns is key to victory. In a world between dark and light, embark on an adventure and tell a tale all your own.
It is
What
really cool to
fate
see,
awaits the Arisen and their
you know, the
pawns?
types of games that can
Dragon's
get on the
Dogma
Switch
2,
too.
Dark
Just its
Arisen
graphical
launches
capability
on Nintendo
is
Switch
right up
2,
there with everybody else.
October
It's
9th.
awesome.
Otherworldly endeavors await in these games. Earth has been driven to the brink of annihilation by mysterious life forms called the Nativa. Now, join Eve on her mission to save humanity and reclaim the planet. Engage in high-speed combat that focuses on timing. Then find
This
your
reminds me of Piano
and
3.
strike.
Is this Piano 4?
Defeat enemies to acquire new skills. Then strategically deploy them to fit the situation. Can you save humanity and reclaim Earth for humankind? Stellar Blade launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
Is that a PS5 exclusive before this? That's cool.
Blast off in the
I
two-player
remember this.
co-op
They were showing off this
adventure
game. I love the art
Orbitals.
style is really cool.
Protect your home in an expedition across the
Very,
galaxy.
you know, obviously
There
classic
are
like
many
80s,
interstellar
90s
areas
anime
to
look, which
explore.
I love. I wish if some
No
anime
dice
came
to
out
make
that
a
tried
path.
to mimic that art style the way this
Activate
game is doing that,
devices in
I would
time
probably
with the
get into
beat.
it. Just because I love the old
Escape
looking
from
anime.
incoming enemies and more. Brave the dangers ahead in your voyage through the stars. 2 players can also work together locally.
Game share is
or
awesome. I'm
online
always
using
disappointed if a
Game
game
Share.
doesn't have game share
Work
at
together
this point.
and overcome the crisis of the cosmos. Orbitals launches exclusively
It comes up more
on the
often than
Nintendo
I
Switch 2
thought
system,
it would.
September 3rd.
When I'm playing a game and somebody else is there and they don't have the game,
today on
both
Nintendo
play it and
eShop.
maybe don't want to play on TV or whatever.
Journey through the glade of dreams in this bold
Oh, cool, you got the Rayman.
reimagining
You got
of
the Rayman retold.
Rayman Legends. When a shadowy villain starts spreading corruption, it's up to Rayman
Well, once
and his
again,
friends
shows
to lead,
Ubisoft and Nintendo are close friends. Maybe
and
Rayman
punch
can get
their
smashed
way
someday.
through charming and colorful worlds. Ride dragons across realms. Dive into 4 new musical stages. And enjoy more added content. Up to 4 players can go out on a limb in local co-op.
This game is a little weird because
Also play
Rayman
a
Legends just doesn't feel that
revamped
old
version
to me
of
to
Kung
get like a
Fu, using Game Share
remaster.
locally
And its
or
original art
online.
style was very
Rayman Legends
evergreen,
Retold
like or
launches
whatever.
on
I think
Nintendo
this is
Switch
cool. I'm
2,
not against it or
October
anything.
1st.
I'm just surprised they did it.
It's a great day for a big walk. Get lost with friends in this online co-op walking
Big walk,
and
a
talking
game that's just like this is a walking
Set off
simulator.
through a peaceful
We're
world
just gonna be up front. It's a walking simulator.
brimming with challenges, puzzles, and lots of things to discover.
I like the weird little drinky duck guys.
Enjoy the sights and sounds as you work together to find your way around. Use all sorts of tools to stay in
Rayman Legends
touch.
was a late PS3 game. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe time just flies. It's probably older than I think it
New
is,
methods
but
of communicating if you're
I
in
don't
a
know.
pickle.
Somehow, and it's also I think it's the evergreen art style that it had that just to me didn't
might
ever
even
feel like,
be
oh, we got to update that. But
little unconventional.
but I'm not mad at it. It's cool. It's a good game.
And if you're not quite up to adventuring,
And the
you
new
can
one looks.
always
I think it
just
looks good too. Like I think
relax with your pals.
the art style they went with
Enjoy
the
the sunset,
3D and modern graphics
dance
or
the
whatever.
night
looks cool
away.
on it.
Or steal something from a friend and kick it into the ocean. You know, the usual stuff.
They remind me
You
of the
can also
Drinky Birds.
use
I
mouse
assume that's what they're
controls
supposed to be.
Or hang out with
They're based
friends
on.
using cross-platform play.
Or those
After
little
all,
duck guys
spending
from Mario
quality time
Sunshine that
together
like shoot you
is
up in the air. They're
best
super
part of
annoying.
a Big walk. Strolling onto Nintendo Switch 2,
Strolling.
August 4th.
Well, I like that it's upfront about being a walking sim.
Season the seas.
Ooh, One Piece.
Build your very own floating restaurant with the Straw
I need to
Hat
catch
Crew.
up. I am in Egghead arc,
Cook up recipes with Sanji.
so I'm pretty darn far. But I think I have like 60 episodes or
menu.
so to completely catch up to One Piece.
Decorate
And I
it
know
to
the
your
manga's like going nuts right now,
Then
so
serve
I
your
would really like to
customers
catch up.
as you
completely.
run the restaurant. By searching for and collecting ingredients, you'll expand your menu offerings.
This is a One
Use
Piece
devil fruit
cooking game.
abilities to prepare piping hot steaks. Or whip up
Sanji focused.
tongue-tingling tauntaun noodles. You can make all sorts of delicious dishes. Spend in-game money to change up the restaurant's interior and expand it to attract even more customers. Over 400 characters from the
Wow.
One Piece series will appear. Mouse
I
controls
mean, it's kind
are
of cool just to
also
see all the
supported
One Piece
on
characters
Nintendo
and cool like
Switch 2.
sprite work.
Get ready for a feast of epic proportions in One Piece Grand
What's my favorite
Gourmet.
One Piece arc?
Sailing onto the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo
Maybe Info
Switch
Down?
systems October
I thought
23rd.
that was fun. I like Buggy. Ooh, Pocopia. Is it DLC? I assume. Ooh, it's like underwater DLC. Ooh, that's cool.
Keep adventuring in Pokemon Pokopia, even beneath the sea. Explore the world on the ocean floor with a free update. By
Oh, it's free
using
too.
the new
Awesome.
move Dive, you can enjoy life with Pokemon living under the sea. Plant grass, build structures, and
Hey, pour out
expand your
Esmeralda.
towns
I like
underwater.
those. I'm a fan.
This free
That little
update is
sushi guy
scheduled to
from
release
Newer
in August
Games.
2026.
Whose name escapes me.
And there's more! The Pokemon Pokopia Expansion Pass paid DLC is on the way.
Wait, so there is paid
Discover
DLC
a
coming.
brand new town, Bubbly Basin. There you'll find new furniture, new outfits, and new friends.
Too much water.
The Pokemon Pokopia
That was
Expansion
the
Pass
Hoenn
paid
expansion,
DLC
come
will
on.
be available later today on Nintendo
that's cool.
eShop.
Oh, cool. All right.
Part
Available
1
today.
of the paid DLC, Bubbly Basin, launches this August. Part 2 and Part 3
Ooh, okay, and they're
will
doing
launch
more
at a later
expansion passes.
date.
Very cool.
Look out for more details in the future.
Nice. Cool. Ooh, okay. Just tease Manaphy.
We hope you're looking forward to more content for Pokemon Pokopia via a free update and paid DLC. Next, please take a look at this.
What do we got next?
This is the Dagdan Empire, a prosperous land ruled
Fire
by the
Emblem, maybe?
gods. The capital, Daxian, plays host to the heroic games, the winner of which is granted one wish.
I believe.
Powerful fighters from across the land have gathered to participate. The The story revolves around 4 heroes. Kai,
Story revolves
a
around
young
4
boy
future Smash
determined
characters.
to win the games to save his imprisoned father. Dietrich, a swordsman ever on the hunt for a stronger foe. Theodora, a queen seeking to fulfill the long-held dream of her homeland. And Lita, a musician with her sights set on revenge. Guide whichever character you choose to victory as they weave their own unique tale.
Passed to me, Blade.
Between matches, you can strengthen your forces in different ways. Hone your techniques at the training grounds.
I'm not against Fire Emblem games, just hate how many reps they have in Smash Bros. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's not just how many reps they have either, it's amount of reps they have, it's which reps they chose. A lot of them were promotional characters for the game that happened to be current at the time. When the characters happen, like Corrin and Violet were both part of DLC, when very few first-party Nintendo characters were part of any of the DLC. So it has a lot of messiness to it, and I think overall when you look at it, even if you're a big Fire Emblem fan, it doesn't represent the series as well as it could. So yeah, there's a lot of issues with how Fire Emblem has been handled instead. But I agree. I don't hate the series either. I'm not huge on it, but I've played quite a few games. The ones I played, I did like.
Techniques to the fullest, you might turn the tide.
I played. Like Sacred Stone or Sacred Stones, whatever one with like Lynn and Hector. I played 1 or 2 of the Ike games. I played Awakening. So yeah, I've played an okay amount of them. But again, I like them. Like I like tactical RPGs. I was a big fan of Shining Force back in the day, and Fire Emblem was basically the Nintendo Shining Force. Shining Force was the Sega one.
Be gone from us. The darkest dark.
Okay, September. That's probably the Nintendo September game. Let's just stick everything in September like everybody else is because everybody's afraid to compete with
Alongside the standard edition, there will be a special edition, the Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave Dagden Collection, that launches the same day. Please look forward to it. Let's continue with some more headlines.
All right, what do we got?
Welcome to the next level of ninja battles. The first part of Ninja 2 is sneaking onto Nintendo Switch 2. After accidentally breaking a forbidden seal, you're stranded on an uncharted planet. Overcome the dangers lurking here to safely return to Earth in this open-world action-adventure.
I'll just be honest.
Use Ninja Gum to freely traverse this vast world in search of clues to get back home.
It's kind of giving me a Mystic Ninja Gomon
to float in the air. Defeat enemies blocking your path with weapons crafted from Ninja Gum. You can even summon buddies with Gum Ninjutsu to unleash powerful attacks. Additionally, up to 4 ninja can team up in local or online multiplayer to chew through tough battles. The first part of Ninja 2, The Uncharted Planet, launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Guys, there's a spring 2027 game, so we are seeing some things further out.
Barrels in.
Ooh, DK Challenge, another DK game.
Coming to Nintendo Switch Online on Nintendo Switch 2, the limited time DK Challenge event.
Oh, okay.
Take on challenges across many Donkey Kong games available.
So is this the challenge thing that people were talking about?
By completing them, you can earn and enjoy collectible digital challenge cards. And if you have Donkey Kong
but maybe
Bonanza,
they'll switch it up all the time.
Even
DK,
more challenges.
Zelda's month, and it's whatever. Maybe they'll do that.
Try out ones geared for beginners, or take on developer challenges for something with a bit more punch. Rediscover Donkey Kong games, play challenges, and complete your card collection. DK Challenge can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch Online app on the home menu of your Nintendo Switch 2.
You need all the games to
You'll be able
play
to
the challenges?
through these limited time challenges starting later today.
It's kind of neat. I wonder if that's how all the challenges are going to be.
In the Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island and Emerald Rush paid DLC. A limited time collaboration with Super Mario Brothers is breaking through. Enjoy outfits for DK and Pauline.
Oh, nice!
Inspired by Mario and Luigi. Plus,
like
there are
Pauline
coins,
Luigi mustache.
super mushrooms, question blocks, and more.
That's cool.
Experience Emerald Rush as you've never seen it before with a Super Mario Brothers twist. This limited time collaboration event will be held in 4 waves, with the first wave beginning later today.
Cool. That's cool. I like when they expand on a DLC that, you know.
From the creators of Vampire Survivors.
Ooh.
The latest game from the makers of Vampire Survivors, Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon, casts a spell onto
Survivathon. I
Nintendo
just like
Switch 2.
that word.
Up to 8 players can compete online for the top spot in this Survivors Royale. At the start of a match, players don't battle directly. Instead, take down enemies on your own map to earn points. Each time you earn 100
So I'm wondering if
points,
that's the
you can add a rule to your
NSO
run,
challenge thing, is that
including
Donkey
ones
Kong
that
thing.
hinder other
And that goes
players.
till September, and like I said, maybe they'll do like
culminates in a head-to-head
Zelda challenges
final
after that,
battle
and maybe
between
Mario
the top
challenges,
2
and Kirby
players.
challenges, or something like that. Maybe
Who will be
that'll be a
the
thing
final
from here on
survivor?
out, but they'll be limited
More
bursts to
than
get
20
them or something.
characters from the Jujutsu Kaisen series appear. Characters can be
Just my
unlocked
guess at how they might
just
do it, which
by
would be a
playing.
different way to do
Battle
achievements,
online
just
with
because it's a
players near
limited
and
time
far,
thing.
or
But
go
that's
it
kind of
alone
cool.
against
Gives you a reason to play
computer-controlled opponents.
certain things that maybe you wouldn't touch
Exercise
otherwise.
Dominate rivals and rise to the top. Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon launches on
I love
Nintendo Switch 2
Survivathon.
this year.
Not Survive-a-thon, Survive-a-ton. I don't know.
Are
Cool
you up
sounds
for the
good.
challenge in these games? Brutal, unforgiving battles storm onto Nintendo Switch 2. In a forsaken world, a looming darkness devours all in its path. Now, only one kingdom endures. Defy the will of the gods to save what remains of humanity. Master brutal melee combat, devastating sorceries, and lethal ranged attacks. Test your mettle against towering abominations on your journey across the realms of the living and the dead. A hero must rise for a god to fall. Lords of the Fallen 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this
Fall
fall.
2026 game.
Enter a darkly elegant
This fall
world
2026, you gotta
based on
wonder,
the
is
story
is
of
anything gonna come
Pinocchio
out in November?
and Lies of P.
Maybe they already announced
City
something, but I haven't noticed anything. I'm just wondering if any game wants to compete with Grand Theft Auto, or if the whole month of November is going to be blank except for Grand Theft
Your
Auto.
own humanity. Take on enemies using customizable weapons and prosthetic arms that allow you to swap between different abilities. But know this:
prosthetic
the
arms, that's kinda
lies
cool.
you tell will
Kinda
alter
Full Metal
your fate.
Alchemist-y.
Lies of P Complete Edition, which includes Overture, a prequel expansion to the main game, launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system
So physical
August
taking
6th.
longer to come out.
Pre-orders
Interesting.
begin later today on Nintendo eShop. The most recent entry in the legendary Devil May Cry series is slashing its way onto Nintendo Switch 2.
Cool.
Play as Nero, Dante, V, and Virgil.
We had a Rayman game, we had a Devil May Cry game. Like, could we get Rayman and Dante in the next Smash?
Pull off
Would be cool.
stylish attacks, dodges, and combos.
They're
with
two
your
characters
vast
that
arsenal
feel-
of weapons and skills.
It's
Enjoy thrilling,
weird. I could probably list out like
high-octane
30
combat,
characters that
60
feel
frames
likely,
per
and
second
we, probably
in
won't
both
get 30
TV mode
newcomers.
and handheld mode. Plus additional content
But yeah.
such as battle tracks, character colors,
They're both characters
and
that feel like they,
Devil Breaker weapons for
could
Nero
get in
are
Smash
included.
someday.
Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition launches on Nintendo Switch 2 June 23rd.
Cool.
Pre-orders
This month.
begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Enter a mystical era deep in Japan's past. 6 souls determined to forge their own destinies.
So you're looking for some runaway ninja named Keisuke?
This game was awesome. I remember when this game first came out, the art sounds like, I don't think anything had really done the like well done art style thing yet or whatever. Oh man, yeah, this was really cool.
Things start repenting. if I were you.
An action
I never played the. I think
RPG
they
for the
added
ages.
characters. There's like a later
What
edition.
fate
I only played the
awaits
original.
those who wield the demon blades. Muramasa, Revenant Blades.
That's cool.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of these 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games
Oh,
are
sweet.
incoming.
I'll get Switch 2 editions.
All 3 games run at 60 frames per second, with 4K resolution in TV mode or Full HD in handheld mode.
Yeah, Bremen. I remember playing Muramasa together.
In-game cutscenes
That was
also
it was a
have
really cool
enhanced
game.
resolution and frame rate.
Again, I don't think there was like no games that had that like kind of hand drawn art style.
Not only that,
in a action game like that I had played, and I thought it was so cool looking.
but you can travel on a high-speed vehicle in the first game. Control blades to fight mercenary squad battles in the second. And put your strength to the test against waves of enemies in the third.
Interesting.
There's also a variety of other content added to each of the 3 games.
Vehicle,
More
that's
details
cool.
will be revealed at a later date.
Nice. It's cool.
The digital version of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch
Nice thing with all the
2
Switch
edition,
2 edition
and the
games is
upgrade
that
pack
like
will be available
I have
later
most of
today.
these games on Switch 1,
The
so it's always
physical
instead of
version
like
launches
$60
on
to buy
July
the game, it's like $20 to upgrade the game.
The
Not that
Nintendo
bad.
Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and
So since there's
Xenoblade
Xeno 4 next
Chronicles
year?
3
Yeah, maybe.
will be available on the dates shown on screen.
That's cool. Okay, they're kind of staggering the release of them. That's cool.
3
If you have time to
Xenoblade
play one, you'll
Chronicles
feel
games
overwhelmed
are
with
getting
everything. I kind of
Nintendo
like
Switch
that,
2
to be
editions.
honest.
New features will be added to each title, so we hope you'll check them out. And a new story in the Xenoblade series is about to begin. Here are some early moments from the game.
Ooh, okay, Xeno 4, here we go. Assumedly Xeno 4.
アニマは世界の源であった。水も火も風も世界を構成するそのすべては大地を流れるアニマが形を変えたものだった。そして戦いを決するのはいつもアニマとその力を自在に振るう騎士だった。
この剣の名に恥じぬよう精進します。ここがリューコス。
その石はアニマ小石。騎士の力を増幅させるだけでなく、そのものの行動や思いも刻みます。これからのあなたの学院生活のすべてがその石と共にあると思ってください。
Yeah, I'm assuming this is a
今日の訓練は
2027
実
game
戦を
as
想定しての
well.
ものだ。
I mean, they just said the Switch 2 editions of the other ones are all go up until through December, I think.
力の使い方なんとなく分かった気がする。
騎士って人殺しの職業だ。奪われた側はどう思うんだろうな。
真実見つけてみない？
信仰を失った人の魂をドラゴンの炎で浄化することで罪が贖われる。
田舎貴族の限界を教えてあげる。
あいつ使えるぜ。小石なしで騎士の力。
生と死すべてはアニマと共にある。
帰るのさ、あの場所に。
さあ始まるわよ。兄上行ってまいります。
ここは6つの太陽に照らし出された大地。
Six suns, eat your heart out,
人々は知
Tatooine.
ることになる。破れた神の恨みが未だ晴らされてはいないことを。
Xenoblade Genesis. For the Sega Genesis. No, that's sweet. Awesome. Okay, 2027. Sweet. All right.
Xenoblade Genesis marks a new beginning. What kind of
Takes place on a
story
Halo
do you
ring.
think
Yeah,
will
it's
be
got
told?
that kind of design to it.
Please look forward to future updates.
Xenoblade always has bizarre worlds or universe, whatever you want to call it, that they
take a
like
look at
live on.
Welcome to Woohoo Island.
Home to all kinds of sports.
All right.
Coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. The latest game in the series. Use the Joy-Con 2 controllers as rackets, bows, or even handles. There are 12 sports to choose from, all with intuitive motion controls. Let's go over them. Punch, guard, counter, and outmaneuver for the knockout in boxing. Make quick shots to keep your opponent on their toes.
Cool.
In table
I'm gonna get some boxing. Give me punch out.
Aim for the
or arms
center of
too.
the target and
I don't
let
want
that
punch out.
arrow fly. In archery. Enjoy rallies with different types of shots in tennis. Bump, set, and spike in volleyball. Roll the ball straight or give it a spin to strike big in bowling. Dribble, pass, and shoot to score in basketball. Adjust your shot's power, then swing your club in golf. Battle with one thumb to hand your opponent
thumb
a defeat
wrestling.
in thumb wrestling. Ride
I
through
like
the
thumb
course
wrestling. Ooh,
using
skateboarding.
mouse controls in
Oh, with the mouse
skateboarding.
controls. Oh, that's actually cool. That's a cool idea.
Steer with handles and coast
You're real good at
along the
fingerboarding
waves
with the
in
mouse
power
controls.
cruising. Tilt the controller and fly around freely in prop plane.
Imagine with all the like cool feedback and stuff they
You
can do with
warm
the
up for these
controllers.
sports with jump rope.
It's probably cool. You probably really
Create
feel all this
and
stuff.
play as a sportsmate or me character.
Never getting rid of the Mii's. I
Enjoy
like that they
playing all
added thumb
kinds of sports
wrestling.
on Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system October 22nd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Pretty cool.
Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We showed all the sports included, but since we have the opportunity, let's try one of the new sports, thumb wrestling.
Before the match, let's go over the rules.
Yes, they picked the right
Hold
one to
down
show
your
off.
opponent's thumb for 3 seconds, and you'll win. If yours gets pinned, just shake the controller to break free. And if you keep your thumb held down, it'll get bigger and stronger. 3, 2, 1. You'll need this to claim victory.
Yeah, I'm glad they included the Mii's as well.
Here's to a great thumb wrestling match.
Speaking of the Mii's.
The thumb moves.
Koizumi Mi.
Just like this. Here we go. Let's have a good match. Oh, got him right away.
2, 1.
Oh, they broke free. All right. Let's try this. Oh, we bumped thumbs. Oh,
Oh, we
go, go.
bumped
Hold it.
thumbs.
Oh, they broke free again. You have to keep them pinned. Nope. Wait. Whew. I was worried for a second there.
I hope the next 20 minutes of the drive is
Okay.
just
I'm
this.
starting to sparkle.
And then it
Nail
ends.
got bigger.
This is a really.
Hold on a second.
This is 20 minutes on a really
That's
long
not how it's supposed to go. It's okay. Everything is fine. My thumb returned to normal. Ooh, it's sparkling again. Now let's try. Oh, I got
I
the
don't like how long this is going on for.
wait.
I hope the rest
Wait a
of the
minute.
direct is just a thumb wrestling contest.
Ah,
And in the end, he lost. He
I lost.
record footage where he won.
please wait a little longer for Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. Let's move on to more headlines.
Survive a land ruled by dragons. The world of RuneScape comes to Nintendo Switch 2. An ancient power has awakened on the forgotten continent of Ashenfall. Explore a land infused with magic and uncover lost secrets on your journey to face the Dragon Queen.
I mean, fighting dragons is kind of cool, but it's no thumb wrestling.
Mysteries of Ashenfall, amongst the ruins of fallen civilizations. On your expedition, harness the land's transformative magic to gather resources, craft gear, and build shelter. Then, step into battle, forge weapons, sharpen your skills, and face the danger that awaits. Survive the wilds, unveil lost secrets, and challenge dragons in RuneScape Dragon Wilds, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 September 15th.
Nothing is coming out in November. Everything's coming out in September. There's going to be so many games in the early fall because nothing wants to compete with Grand Theft Auto.
For these games. Customize your own avatar and play in the adorable world of Hello Kitty Partyland.
Partyland? I like Hello Kitty
Join
Island
the party
Adventure.
with over 40 character-themed mini-games and several board games. There are over 100.
I do love that Hello Kitty
Sanrio
Island
characters
Adventure
to meet.
exists, and it was a
Plus,
made-up
you can
game
choose from
on
16
South Park
partner
from
characters,
the World of Warcraft
collect
episode
stickers,
that Butters played,
and so
and
much
then they made
more.
it a real game.
Hello Kitty Partyland
Awesome.
launches exclusively on
November
Nintendo
29th,
Switch
not
2
touching November,
and
huh?
Nintendo Switch
Nobody wants to touch
October
November.
29th.
So let's get down there and finish the job.
Oh, that Godzilla Destroy All Monsters remaster is coming out in November? I did see that the other day. Alright, Godzilla's brave enough to face Grand Theft Auto.
Across the Lilat system with Fox McCloud and his crew.
Barbie Horse Adventure remaster, that would be awesome.
A battle for the fate of the galaxy begins. Star Fox launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
I do think this looks
June
awesome. I'm
25th.
definitely going to get this. I know it's just Star Fox 64 again with good graphics, but I love Star Fox 64.
And one of the
Ooh, free
game's
demo later
opening
today. I know what I'm
stages
doing.
will be available later today on Nintendo eShop. Hope resonates within the crystals.
Is this, Final Fantasy?
Get ready for the first Final Fantasy game in HD 2D, Final Fantasy
Neat.
Resonance.
I saw Black Mage.
This
That's
is
why I knew it was Final
a vast
Fantasy.
world that has prospered through the power of crystals. But after the invasion of the Veritas, this once thriving world lies on the brink of annihilation.
Doing that HD 2D
Now
thing again.
Ray,
I do
a
like
knight
that.
of Grandshelt must journey across the realm with his companions to stop the Veritas. In thrilling turn-based battles, call upon visions, iconic
Oh,
Final
neato.
Fantasy heroes from other worlds to take down monsters. Can you uncover
That's
the
cool,
truth
alright, so we got
behind the Veritas and the
Final
secrets that
Fantasy
crystals
mainstay is showing up.
Final Fantasy Resonance launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and
Not November.
Nintendo Switch systems October 22nd.
That's pretty cool, though.
A weird, whimsical world is waiting. Pikuniku returns in a new 3D puzzle exploration adventure. What do giant fruit, malevolent robot frogs, and an all-powerful potato have in common? Nothing. Other than a shadowy conspiracy, of course. Meet a cavalcade of curious characters,
Oh man,
each with their own
was giving
problems
me that Italian brain
and
rot
puzzles to
vibes.
solve. But beneath this seemingly happy world lies a sinister plot to squeeze the locals for all they're worth. Time to join the resistance by using Piku's surprising abilities. Help solve the people's problems in surprising and downright oddball ways. Feeling baffled by these affable denizens? Embrace these strange encounters and bring about an ultimate understanding. And in this sequel, navigate and explore in full 3D as you discover the secrets of this vivid, colorful world. Get ready to wander, solve, and gossip.
This game
in
looks really weird.
Pikuniku 2,
I don't
launching
know
on
the series,
Nintendo Switch 2
but
next
that's
year.
cool. I can get down with weirdness sometimes. It was good.
Prepare for
It was
an
Dragon Quest?
all-new
monster-filled adventure. Two girls find themselves lost in the kingdom of Witherwood. There, they gain the power to turn monsters into friends. Spot a monster you fancy, scout it.
Monster you fancy?
Win it over and it'll fight by your side.
Oh, British announcer, man.
And that's not all. Synthesize two monsters to create more powerful allies.
Oh, that's neat.
Now, take on the most fearsome of foes with a team that's uniquely your own. Adventure is calling, and it's monstrously fun. Dragon Quest Monsters, the Withered World.
Huh. About time you got here.
Yeah, it's Dragon Quest Pokemon. That's cool, though. Pokemon copied a lot of Dragon Quest designs for some of the original Pokemon. Or at least took inspiration from, I should say.
Upon the ancient Blood Sovereign's honor. We are monsters, each vying for blood.
I assume.
Ah, you're finally here. Worthy spirit.
Yeah, cool. FromSoft game. Looked really cool when they first showed it off. Okay, they're doing a network test this summer. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a PvP, PvE or something. It's some weird thing where, I don't know. The art design and everything looks really cool, but I still have no idea like how the game plays.
Upcoming treasure hunting game.
Hey everyone, here is some fresh news about Splatoon Raiders, a new single-player focused adventure. Check out this neat little place, the hideout ship out on the water. There's Deep Cut, a trio of swashbuckling musicians. And this scrappy individual? That's you. Let's call this handy youth the Mechanic. The four of them are using the hideout ship as their hub, hunting for treasure across these landmasses, the Spiralite Islands. Alright, time for a quick dive. Looks like the treasure they're after is at the base of those lights. But there's a bunch of aggressive creatures called salmonids in the way. And when you get too close, they'll attack immediately. The salmonids aren't pushovers either, so you shouldn't go it alone. That's where this comes in, the Exploration Bot. A member of Deep Cut pilots it during your treasure hunts and attacks automatically.
Alright, so
launches you in the air for extra height. And even gets out of the bot to unleash special moves like this. You'll also get support in the form of gadgets. There's one that continuously fires ink after it's placed. Another that slices through enemies. Another that spins ink around you, and more. And the best part, you can use them together. It'd be nice if that made things easier, though. So to recap, do not underestimate the salmonids. Yikes, this is tougher than it looks. But the salmonids aren't the only powerful ones around here. Through battles, you, the Mechanic, will also get stronger by leveling up. And you can customize all sorts of upgrades to fit your playstyle. Oh, looks like time's up. There are even more details to cover in the upcoming Splatoon
Only
Raiders
Japan exclusive direct
airing
announcement I've
on
seen
June
mentioned so far is an online.
And
Is it
in the smart device
so
app,
far?
Nintendo
Is a remake
Today.
of an old
See the
Toho
story
game.
events
Okay.
leading up to Splatoon Raiders.
Yeah,
with
sometimes the
daily
Japanese
comics
directs
ahead
are
of
different
launch.
than the
Plus,
Western
in
directs.
collaboration with this game, there's going to be a special Splatfest in Splatoon 3. The theme looks like it's about Splatoon Raiders. Details will be announced here. Look out for more info in the future.
They really pushed the Nintendo Today app.
Don't forget
Even
to
this
check
direct
this
was
out,
announced
too.
on the Nintendo Today app like 20 minutes before it went over on Twitter.
See ya!
Or X, whatever.
So what did you think? Splatoon Raiders is just around the corner. We'll also be releasing new Joy-Con 2 controllers.
I like new Joy-Con colors, but the fact you can
We hope
only
you're looking forward to
it only really changes the color right under
Let's
the
see some
sticks.
more headlines.
I wish they'd just do, you know, cool stuff on the with the controller colors themselves. Ooh, Pikmin! Is this Pikmin? No. Is this Deltarune? I know people really like Undertale and Deltarune and Toy Clock stuff, but I was hoping for Pikmin. Chapter 5. Alright, a lot of people assume this will be in here.
Awaken your power.
Heed me, O kingless. Whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
This is the United Kingdom of Uchronia, inhabited by 8 tribes. The next king shall be decided by the will of the people. By decree of the king, as his face floats in the sky, the tournament for the throne begins. As the realm grapples with its first ever election, those vying for the throne put their plans into
First ever
action.
election?
As one of the throne's
Democracy.
candidates, you'll travel across the kingdom, forging bonds with compelling characters along the way. Various enemies stand in your path.
This battle's ours.
There are monsters roaming this world,
You'll feel this!
as well as other candidates, and strange beasts known as humans. Control your
humans are
destiny
weird.
and change the world in Metaphor ReFantazio, launching on the Nintendo Switch 2 system
Fantastic.
November
Man, we
12th.
got so many cool names for these 100
Create, explore,
Hey, Minecraft.
survive.
Switch 2 edition, I assume.
A dedicated Nintendo Switch 2 version of Minecraft
That's
is on
good
the way.
because Minecraft 1,
Dig into your
I
Minecraft
did play that on
adventure
Switch
Nintendo
1,
Switch
and
2 with support for vibrant
it
visuals.
was pretty slow.
And embark
It
on
was
a
hard to
journey
play.
across a world with enhanced lighting and shadow effects.
Nice.
Plus, Nintendo Switch worlds can be carried over, so you can
Good.
pick up right where you left off. What will you create next? Minecraft launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
Minecraft launches in 2026. And let's do a montage for early 2027. Warhammer. Saw the Space Marine earlier. They did their little montage video. Yeah, I mean, if this is towards the end and they're just going to do a one more thing, which might Zelda maybe if Nate's right. Yeah, this was a very third-party heavy Nintendo Direct, which is fine. Third-party stuff, definitely. It's nice to be able to see it finally playing on a Nintendo system, but I was expecting more Nintendo stuff, I'll be perfectly honest. Even the Nintendo stuff we got is like, they showed off the next Xenoblade, but it's next year. We got Star Fox coming up and stuff like that, but Rhythm Heaven, but it's gonna Switch 1 game. I don't know. I was expecting more Nintendo stuff, but we'll see if there's one more thing. We'll see. We'll see. But after like waiting since September for a Direct, I will say this was, yeah, mostly third-party stuff is not, I think, what people were hoping for. Cool stuff, like, you know, I'm not saying it wasn't cool stuff, just not the Nintendo Direct. I mean, yeah, people expect a lot of Nintendo stuff.
The battle of light and darkness approaches.
All right, let's slow down again to do this. Kingdom Hearts.
Filled with memorable adventures, 3 collections of Kingdom Hearts games are coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Traverse through iconic Disney and Pixar worlds. Befriend all sorts of magical allies. And battle enemies in action RPG combat. Relive these stories or experience them for the first time alongside Sora and his friends as they fight the darkness. If you have the cloud versions on Nintendo Switch, you can transfer your existing save data to these Nintendo Switch 2 games.
Non-cloud versions, that's good.
These 3 collections launch on Nintendo Switch 2, October 8th.
That's cool.
A bundle
Cool.
with all 3
Kingdom Hearts
compilations. Stuff. Kingdom Hearts Collection 1 through 3 also launches October 8th. Additionally, a free demo of Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
This世界の構造はとても複雑で、私たちが定義する光と闇を具現化したものは存在しなかった。でもそれを定義するものがこの世界に来たことで、この世界にも私たちの定義する闇が現れた。
Are we getting Kingdom Hearts 4 here? Woo! Maggie's in Shibuya, man. I really want the World Ends With You characters. Show up. Kingdom Hearts 4 is pretty sweet. At launch, okay, good. Good job, Square.
How was that? Next is our last announcement.
That was the last announcement.
Please take a look.
But yeah, first new footage of Kingdom Hearts 4 in a long time. All right, what do we got?
Long
I
ago,
see a tree forest.
there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity.
Deku Tree looks very Deku Tree-ish. Ocarina of Time Deku Tree.
Forest.
Ocarina of Time music.
An ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest.
I like the weird beard going down. It's cool.
These forest dwellers were called the
Koki. Yeah.
Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods. However, there was one particular boy who did not have a fairy.
Ooh. I like his very Kokiri looking outfit too. It looks like they're really like the storyline is going to be like a part of it. this year.
The Legend of Zelda:
Are you gonna
Ocarina
show
of
it?
Time will be reborn on Nintendo Switch 2. More details will be announced in the future, so please look forward to them.
It's this year, and that's all you're gonna show?
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Earlier this year, Devon-san was appointed as the new president of Nintendo of America.
It's like that's sweet that it's real, but I'm still just as like, man, I wish I
Thank you for watching.
I still don't even know what the game's gonna look like.
Thank you, Koizumi-san. Hi, everyone. I'm Devin Pritchard, and after 20 years at Nintendo, one of my favorite things about gaming is still that moment.
Yeah, it looked cool. Like what we saw looked cool, but it was just we saw Tapestry and then Link. I like that he was in like ragged Kokiri clothes. I wonder if you're like gonna, get a different outfit as time goes on and stuff. And it looks like
those little moments
really going into the storyline of it, with the voiceover and everything.
You can
but
read about
I wanted to see.
You can watch a trailer.
I don't know, a little bit more of that. I want to see some gameplay or something. I have a vague idea of what the game's going to look like.
Getting a closer look, hearing from the teams, and spending more time with the games themselves.
Yeah, so how are you going to say it's going to come this year and not give us gameplay? We're going to wait till September to like see the game. And when's it? I mean, at best it's coming out like November.
And if you enjoyed Splatoon Raiders in today's Nintendo Direct, this July at San Diego Comic-Con, we'll have the game playable on the show floor. Because at the end of the day, I think the best way to understand a game is to pick up the controller and play. Thanks for watching. I'm really looking forward to sharing more of what I love about games and bringing those experiences to all of you. And now it's time for Treehouse Live.
What are you gonna play in Treehouse? Like sports resort? Like were there that many games to like play? Maybe Star Fox?
Hi everyone, welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Therese and I'm joined here by Gab, Dan, and Rob. We're here to talk about Star Fox, coming out June 26th.
Okay, so yeah, Star Fox, I guess.
It's a cinematic shooter. We're gonna focus on the single player game, and then we'll go into the multiplayer in a later segment. But Dan, why don't you take us away?
Yeah, we're gonna start right out here in this new cinema scene, right on the Star Fox bridge, Bridge of the Great Fox, which is the base for the Star Fox team. The team is just
I don't know. I like. I'm trying to think of what games they're gonna play here. All I can think of is Star Fox and maybe the Switch Resorts, maybe Rhythm Heaven.
Some of the characters, Falco is their ace pilot.
Yeah, it was okay. Direct. I'm very happy with Ocarina of Time happening. Like that's probably gonna be amazing. But I wish we had seen more of it. Xenoblade was cool, but it's further out. Fire Emblem.
During their training session is they're getting a call from
what else was Nintendo stuff.
Head of the Corneria Defense Force.
Yeah, I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't as powerful as a direct as I thought it was going to be. Especially just after how many months it's been.
As we answer this call.
I mean, there's a lot of good third-party stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, there was good stuff there. Seeing more Kingdom Hearts 4 is awesome and stuff like that.
You're going to be able to select
Nintendo Direct's just it's about the Nintendo games.
You can also unlock the expert difficulty mode, which we'll talk about in more detail later. You unlock that by getting medals in the various missions. But we're going to start with normal because that's what most people are going to be familiar with. And you can also, before each mission, select single player, co-op, or local, or co-op game share.
Miramas was a nice surprise. Like there was cool stuff. I felt like the cooler stuff was the third-party stuff, to be honest, and the Nintendo stuff was
storytelling.
I don't know. I just didn't think there was anything too.
As you mentioned, these cutscenes
and part of it is that Ocarina of Time got leaked, but
franchise or like
I feel like the big reveals here. What was it? Xenoblade and Ocarina of Time. Was there anything like we knew about Raiders? We knew about Rhythm Heaven. We knew about Star Fox. We knew about
the details on the characters just really bring them to life.
What else was there?
Falco's goofing off in the
background. I don't know. I just feel like what Fire Emblem we knew about.
Various uniforms are different. The backgrounds in these different scenes are all.
I think Ocarina of Time remake is cool. I just feel I wish I saw more of it. I still feel it's almost in the same place as before.
interesting.
Just being like, oh, there's this Ocarina of Time remake that's been leaked, and now it's like, okay, the graphics look good,
some decorations here.
but I didn't see
general prep
gameplay.
here is pretty
I didn't
desperate.
see.
It's
We
kind
saw
of,
Link sleeping like
Star
in a
Fox
tapestry. We didn't really get to see. I wanted to see locations. I wanted to see like, is it going to be more like an open world thing? Is it going to be the exact same game? Just a different art style? I don't know. I feel pretty much as in the dark as before.
The Great Fox and head down to Corneria, where we'll again see some more details that bring the characters to life. Right after this.
So yeah, I don't know. Okay, direct. It was okay. I just think after waiting
a cinematic experience.
almost a year for a direct, yeah, probably could have had a bit more, or at least the big showstopper thing, Ocarina of Time. But maybe if they had just shown me more of that, I'd probably be going away from this a little more like, ah, sweet, this is awesome.
So Corneria is the main planet.
Is there a Switch bundle with the Ocarina of Time remake? I'd love to see that. I'll look that up.
You can see some of the details on the R-Wing.
Yeah, because they have the Splatoon Raider Joy-Cons, but the Switch Joy-Cons, they're all just, it's just the color under the sticks is the only thing that changes. It doesn't really make the Switch 2 look that different, so maybe if there is a Ocarina of Time remake Switch bundle, maybe the whole system actually has a look to it, so something cool. That's kind of what I've been waiting for, is like some Joy-Cons that actually make the Switch look different.
But like you mentioned, Dan,
It was a great Ocarina of Time trailer for speculation. We get a little bit of a tapestry, and Link not wearing his traditional robes. He's wearing like a Kokiri outfit, which is cool. Kokiri like rags outfit. It's definitely like I think it's going to be amazing. I'm probably going to love it. I just wish I saw more of it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of
Switch 1 Joy-Cons were way better with the way that they did the coloring
especially
and stuff.
as you keep playing through the stages too, like you'll see that way.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't they don't have to just do the color underneath the sticks. They can make the Switch 2 Joy-Cons whatever they want. That could be the standard color changes, but they can do some other stuff.
You're able to kind of focus
So yeah, all right. Well, that was it. I'm probably not going to sit here and watch the Treehouse. I'm not going to live stream the Treehouse. So, because me talking over other people talking over footage of gameplay feels a little weird.
You can get multiple.
But yeah, it was an okay direct. Kind of just has me excited for what maybe they're holding out for September. So yeah, it wasn't like bad or anything. It just I was expecting a little more unannounced things or things we didn't know. Like the big thing we didn't know about was Xenoblade. Big thing from Nintendo that we didn't know about was Xenoblade, an Ocarina of Time remake, and one of those two got leaked. So, and we didn't get much footage of Ocarina of Time remake, so it's I feel as knowledgeable as I was going into this about future Nintendo stuff for the most part. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you later.
This is, like you mentioned, it's worth keeping your teammates around because they will provide helpful information. Like Pepe is very good at giving you a heads up of the environment, what's coming, whether braking would be a good idea, accelerating.
Yeah, there's enemies.